A convicted Army rapist who we first exposed as living under the radar for years is on the sex offender registry for the first time. And it's not the only action taking place in response to our investigation. Scripps national investigative correspondent Mark Greenblatt has the details from Washington on a bipartisan push to reform the way the military registers its sex offenders.
A three-state hunt for convicted Army rapist Basil Kingsbury has come to an end. Have you found Basil Kingsbury yet?
Not yet.
You're looking?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, we're looking.
That was back in November. Kingsbury has now voluntarily signed up for a public sex offender registry in Georgia, nearly 10 years after getting out of military prison at Fort Leavenworth. The Scripps Washington Bureau prominently featured him in national reports after poring through 1,300 military sex offense convictions, finding 1 in 5 offenders not on public registries. The stories have prompted other reporters across the nation to follow up on what we first exposed.
For those convicts serving time, the military instructs them to self-register after they're released.
Now there's a widening bipartisan push on Capitol Hill to require the military to register offenders while still in prison. Republican Tom Tillis of the Senate Armed Services Committee says we're talking about an obvious oversight in the original federal law as it was passed that needs to be corrected. Richard Burr, chairman of the Senate Intelligence Committee, says he'll introduce legislation to do just that. Adding, quite frankly, I find it inexcusable these loopholes were not identified and fixed a long time ago. They joined Democrat Jackie Speer, who says she'll co-sponsor a bill in the House, along with Republican Representative Pat Meehan. And while Basil Kingsbury did finally register, the public remains in the dark about the details of his crime. The Georgia Bureau of Investigation Sex Offender Registry says he was only convicted of, quote, a federal sex crime rather than rape and forcible sodomy. It's a problem that we found nationally with many military sex offenders who do register. Mark Greenblatt for the Scripps National Bureau in Washington.